So you got a little competition in camp this year. How's that going? How's that a little different than years past?
It's good right now. We have a really good group of guys that are all, fighting and clawing and competing. It's fun. It's good having guys right behind you that are able to push you each and every day, like Casey Griffith, Kale Nation, Land Gebhardt, all these guys that are in the special teams room now are really high class kickers. And every day, every one of us has to be on our A game. So that helps, just with each and every day going to practice, you're getting those game-like reps that the pressure's on. Like you really have to perform when you step out there. So I think that's a main difference from the years past. At practice now, it's a lot more game pace and game type scenarios, and a lot more. There's more pressure on these each one of these kicks that we have in practice, and I think that's a good thing for all of us, special teams as a whole.
You mentioned, just having it be more game-like. How do you kind of simulate a game atmosphere for special teams?
Special teams is such a lonely position. You're kind of out there during practice by yourself anyway and everything, so whenever you can get out there and have the O-line, the D-line, guys really rushing at you, screaming at you and everything while you're trying to kick field goals, I think that's the best thing to really simulate a game-like atmosphere when you got noise around you and half the team on defense is needing you to miss, and half the team on offense is cheering for you to make it. Like you really have all those pressures in that scenario in practice. So it's really good, and I feel like it's going to pay off this season.
Parrish, go ahead.
Luke, was it difficult to put the extra point at state last year behind you and move on and kind of start to prepare for this season?
Yeah, that's not anything you dream of happening. I've been an Ole Miss fan my whole life, so that and the Ed Bowl is really the last thing I'd ever want to happen, obviously. But through all that, it really truly was an unbelievable teaching moment, and the fact that I had such this negative thing happen to me and my team, but I had to take it and not focus on the negatives at all, and really only focus on the positives and listen to the people that know me and know who I am and all that. Just really listen to those people and just work this off season. That's what it is. Just go get back in the training room, get back in, on the field, and just work, put the work in. There's really no shortcut to it. So we've had a good off season. I feel like I've had a really good off season, probably my best one so far since I've been here, and I'm excited.
You mentioned it as a teachable moment. What did it teach you? It sounds like it at least focused you and drew you closer to people who are close to you, friends, family, and whatnot. But what did it teach you?
It taught me. This is such this position that kickers and punters and long snappers are in. You get 3 or 4 opportunities a game, and whenever you don't capitalize on that, it can really stick with you. So as big of a kick as that was, I have to realize that I have a whole nother season ahead of me, and I have 12 more games at least where people are going to be counting on me to make it. So I'm not doing my team justice if I'm still focusing on that. They deserve me to be out there focused every single day, ready to make the next kick, no matter where it is, when I'm called on, it's got to be made. So that's really what I've been focusing on this offseason. It's just getting ready, no matter when my number's called, to be out there and hit it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll go to Neil.
Luke, along those lines, not to belabor it, but I'm curious, what were those immediate few days like after that game? Was it kind of the feedback you got, and was it kind of hard for you not to sort of blame yourself for some of what ultimately ended up happening over the next few days?
Yeah, it's the next couple of days after that's really tough, of course. But I had a great supporting cast around me, and really just the guys on the team. There's the brotherhood in a team and in a locker room is really something that not everybody gets to experience. And just having 120 other guys behind me is, just that alone is enough to pick me back up and out of that. And they've done that. They've continued to do that. I have the best teammates in the world. They've every step of the way, it's been encouragement and let's go, Luke, let's go hit this, all of it. So really having these teammates and of course my family and my friends and everything, just the people who know me and the people I love, they've always spoken wisdom to me and truth. So try to listen to those guys, block out the negatives, and get ready for the season.
Thank you.
All right, go back to Nate.
Luke, I think your career long is somewhere around 40, 41. What do you do in the offseason to kind of try to get more leg out of yourself?
I kind of feel like I've always kind of had the ledge. I really hadn't capitalized on it when I've gotten those chances. And so really, it's not really as much the ledge. It's just making sure you're still you stay as consistent from deep as you are from extra point or something like that. Make sure every kick, you may be 30 yards further, but it's still the same kick, same rep, same motion. So really trying to make sure no matter where I'm at on the field is I'm hitting the same ball, having the same swing every single time. And that's how it pays off.
Go ahead, Nick.
Sorry to follow up back on the Egg Bowl, but have you rewatched the kick at all? Do you let yourself watch it, and kind of what did you do wrong to kind of pull that?
I didn't watch it for a couple days, and I rewatched it. It's tough. It's still tough to rewatch. But really, I mean, it's just little things. Like I looked up for the ball. I was so eager to see where the ball went that I looked up too early, and that's like golf swing. You keep your head down, everything like that. So it's a lot of little stuff that I've tried to correct over the off season, and I'm getting ready to go.
Going off of that, I know a lot of times when you're a special teamer, you don't have a full-time coach devoted to working with you on staff. How much of this staff is working with you directly on form, and how much of it is you guys kind of coaching yourselves?
I mean, a good majority of it is always kind of coaching yourselves. We have Coach Gideon, obviously, who's a fantastic special teams coach, who was special teams coach of the year last year. So it's really great to have him in the building and his experience and just the little tips and pointers he can give me, because he's not really much of a kicking expert, but he's a special teams expert. So he can tell me all these things that really that I can't see myself that I'm doing that he sees as a special teams coach. So, he's in there giving me tips and things. And we have also Doug Goodwin, who's who's an analyst who can help and, watch film with me and point out little things here and there that I've been doing it for so long, I really can't see anymore. This coaching staff is really good. They're letting me, do my own thing and things I know how to do, but also they're helping me out, and it's paying off. I feel like I'm the best I've been in my 5 years here for sure.
Go back to Parrish. Got to unmute yourself, Parrish.
There we go. How much live practice are you guys getting in terms of kickoffs? And man, I know y'all are doing some field goals and whatnot, but how much live work is out there for special teams?
A good amount of live work. This is actually a lot more than the last couple of years we've been here. We're hitting in all the situations: 4-minute offense, 2-minute offense, end of game, red zone, and even just our normal field goal charting. We're getting those, like I was talking about, game-like scenarios where we're drive stalled out, 4th down, we're coming from the sideline at practice, hitting the field goal and coming back just like a normal game. So a lot of live field goals, defense trusting you and everything. So we're getting a good amount of that this year.